Hello children, in this session let us start lesson number 5, data handling. Okay. So let us have an introduction. And data handling is a lesson from statistics. Statistics is the branch of mathematics which deals with the collection, presentation and interpretation of numerical data. The collection of numerical facts regarding a particular type of information is called data, and each numerical fact is known as observation. Data is usually collected in the context of situation that we want to study. For example, a teacher may like to know the average height of students in her class, and then she organizes the data in a systematic manner and then interpret it accordingly. In this example, children, the teacher collects the height of every student in the class, and all this information is called data, and each student's height and the name of the student, it is said to be an observation. So all the students' height and all the students' name, they are coming under each observation, and total information we say as data. Right, children? Children, sometimes data is represented graphically to give a clear idea of what it represents. And you have learned different types of graphs in the previous years, standard 6 and 7. In standard 6 we have learned about pictograph, bar graph. In standard 7 you learnt about double bar graph. Let us have a revision of this now. Okay, first one, a pictograph. Here it is the picture representation we have seen, and one symbol of car shows 100 cars, and part of the car symbol shows, here it is given in data, it is half of 100 means 50. So here how many total cars are there? 100 plus 100 plus 50 is equal to 50, and in the month of August we have 100, 100, 100, so total 300, and in the month of September we have 4 symbols are given, so it denotes 400, 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus 100 is equal to 400. And after the graph we get some questions. How many cars were produced in the month of July? And you can see from the figure, it is from the symbol itself we can understand it is 250, right children? And in which month were maximum number of cars produced? So from the picture it is clear. Here 4 symbols are given, so it is September month. So the answer is September. Okay children? Number 2, a bar graph. A display of information using bars of uniform width, their heights being proportional to the respective values, is called a bar graph. And in the graph, children, you can see the qualitative data along the x-axis. That is the different years, academic years, given 2003 to 2004, 2004 to 5, 2005 to 6, 2006 to 2007, 2007 to 2008. And along the y-axis, we have the quantitative data, that is number of students in class 8, and varying numbers are given. We have marked the numbers using a certain scale. Here 1 unit is taken as 50 students, and different heights shows the number of students in different years. Here in 2003 to 4 we have 100 students. 2004 to 2005 it is, this line match with this height, so you will get 200 students, and there is an increase of 200 minus 100 is equal to 100. And 2005 to 6 we have 250 students, and 2 consecutive years difference is 250 minus 250 students increase. Next one, 2006 to 2007, here also we have 300, the height is correspond to 300 students, and consecutive years, continuous years, and this we have a difference of 50 students, 300 minus 250, this corresponds to 250, and this academic year corresponds to 300, so there is a difference of 50 students. And last academic year 2007 to 2008, how many students are there in standard 8 that year? 350. And the previous year 2006 to 7 we have 300, so difference of students in 1 year is equal to 50. And here first question is given, what is the information given by the bar graph? And for getting the answer, just you see the information given on the x-axis and along the y-axis. Just connect these two information, then we will get the answer. Here academic year is given and here number of students in class 8. So both of this information connecting, we can write the information is number of students in class 8 in 5 different academic years. Okay children. Now question number 2. In which year is the increase in number of students maximum? And from the graph you can see the difference between the heights of different bars. This bar and this bar. The difference is maximum. So the increase is maximum in this academic year 2004-2005. Number 3. In which year is the maximum number of students maximum? So see the height of the bar, it is having maximum height here. So corresponding year you see 2007-2008. We have number of students maximum in standard 8. Question number 4. State whether true or false the number of students during 2005-2006 is twice that of 2003-2004. For this, let us calculate 2005-2006. See in the graph. So here it is 2005-2006 and this number corresponds to 250. And now 2003-2004 and that students number is 100. And relate these numbers. Is 250 double of 100? No. So 250 is not equal to 2 into 100. So the statement is false. Okay children? Children, number 3, double bar graph. A bar graph showing two sets of data simultaneously is called a double bar graph. It is useful for the comparison of the data. Here it is given in the definition two sets of data. Which are the two sets of data in the given picture? And you know it is a picture of double bar graph, and one set of data we can say the marks scored by the students in 5 different subjects in the year 2005 to 2006. And second set of data is the marks scored by the student in the 5 different subjects in the academic year 2006-2007. And these two sets of data we are comparing in this double bar graph. Here children, this bars without shading show the marks of the student in math subject. This is the marks in the same year for a social science subject. This is her marks in science subject. This bar shows her English marks and this bar shows her Hindi marks in the year 2005-2006, because here we have a small rectangle which is not shaded. Here we have a rectangle, shaded rectangle, and so shaded bars shows the information for the year 2006-2007. So these are the marks of the same student in 5 different subjects in the academic year 2006-2007. Now we have got some questions and we have to see the picture, double bar graph, and answer these questions. Okay. Number 1. What is the information given by the double bar graph? So what information or which two sets of data are compared? We have to find out. For this, you see the information which we have written along the x-axis and the information we have written along the y-axis. Here we have subjects name, 5 different subjects, right, along x-axis. And here we have the information marks obtained by a student. So this, by combining, we can find the answer. Marks obtained by a student in 5 different subjects in 2005, 2006 and 2006-2007. Okay children. Question number 2. In which subject has the performance improved the most? So in which subject performance is more. We have to compare the marks of the student in different subjects. So when we compare, see here these two bars shows a greater difference. Here the two bars, this much only difference, small difference. Here every double bar you check. Here difference is more in this case. So we can say in the subject maths, the child improved a lot. And question number 3. In which subject has the performance deteriorated? Means not improved. Less marks got. Deteriorated means less got. The child got less. So compare the bars again. Here first bar, second bar is having more height. Here also second is having more height. Here second, see here second bar is having less height. So here the child got in English subject in the second academic year less marks than the previous year. So the answer is English. Number 4. In which subject is the performance at par? Here again we have to see the bars, and here they are at the same level. So the performance is at par in the subject Hindi. Okay children? So these answers you can write in your textbook with a pencil. No need to draw in the notebook and write this. This is for revision part and this is for your knowledge. I explain once again. Okay children? Write in the textbook near the question with pencil. Organizing data. Usually data available to us is an unorganized form called raw data. To draw meaningful inferences, we need to organize the data systematically. For example, a group of students was asked for their favorite subject. The results were as listed below: art, mathematics, science, English, mathematics, art, English, mathematics, English, art, science, science, mathematics, art, English, art, science, mathematics, science, art. So here we have the answer made by 22 students, and from this list the most liked subject of the students asking them, we will take time to find out the answer. And similarly, if it is asked which subject is least liked by the students, since the information is written in this way, it will take more time to find out the answer. But if the same information of these 22 students is written in a tabular form, it will be easy for us to calculate or find out the answer, which is the subject most liked by the students and which subject is less liked. This answer we can find out very fast. And this questions tabular form or frequency distribution table we can see in the next slide. Okay children? This picture is an example for a tabular form. In the first column, the subjects are given. In the second column, we have written the tally marks. In the third column, the tally marks are added and we write the number, that is frequency or number of students. And frequency means the number of times that a particular entry occurs. And in the question, we have 22 students and their favorite subjects. The art subject came 7 times. So we mark 7 times tally marks, and total we are adding and writing in the third column as number of students or frequency. And from this column we can find out the answer for the above questions. Which subject is liked by most of the students? Here the number, see, we have 7 here. It is the maximum number. So the subject art is liked by most of the students. Which subject is least liked by the students? Here the less frequency number, see, and it is 4. So the subject English is least liked by the students. And this tabular form is also known as frequency distribution table, since the frequency number of students, the frequency is given. So children, so whenever we get question, we can arrange the data in this way and we can find out the answer very fast. Okay children?